Make it hot.
Definitely some good ones. Definitely.
Man.
What's up, PC fam? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another episode of Chill with Chill. Of course, we're always happy to have you. What's up, Chill Chill?
Yo, we got the in-season tournament going on, Big Ox. That's what we got going on. And Big Ox, I'm starting to warm up to it. You know, the in-season tournament, you know that chick that, you know, when you first seen her, you was like, she kind of corny. But then, like, you see her a couple more times, you know what? You ain't really that bad looking.
Yeah.
And it's not that she's still ugly. You just seeing her a lot more. It's like, nah, wait a minute. You actually are kind of cute. Like, I wasn't really checking for you like I should have been. And that's kind of what this in-season tournament is becoming. I see the competition. It's gotten a lot higher. I see that these dudes, they going a lot harder than they would normally in early November.
Right. You know, Chill Town, somebody, I was going back and forth with somebody in the comments during the panel, and they was trying to convince me that these cats don't care about 500K.
Yes, they do.
I'm like, what?
Yes,
like, okay, so you might have two guys on each team that got enough money to where they're like, no, I'm not really tripping. But everybody else, if you make $8 million a year, 500K is a lot of money.
Big Ox, if you make 18 million, if you make 38 million, $500,000 is still a lot of bread. James actually said that last night in the post game. And James got more money than forever.
Right. He said, well, we're playing for 500. I need that.
Hell yeah. I'll take that 500 off your hands. Yes, I will.
And speaking of the competitiveness, though, so at the end of the Kings game with OKC, I think it was Malik Monk or could have been Keon Ellis. One of them was trying to dribble the clock out. And DeMontis was like, let's shoot the ball.
Yeah,
like, you know, we need the points. You know what I'm saying? These points matter, you know?
Yes,
so
they do.
I think I'm starting to see, like, now I think they're trying to compete, Chilton.
They are. They absolutely are. And the incentive is the bread. That's what the incentive is. The incentive is the money. Yo, let's up the pay. Each one of the dudes on the crew get $500,000 if we end up winning. Well, yo, I think I'm gonna play a little bit harder for $500,000 than I am for 50 racks.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna play a lot harder than that. And I'm surprised that I'm not surprised with how competitive it is. No, I'm not surprised with how competitive it is. I like it though, Big Ox. Yes, I do. I do like it.
Definitely. We are for sure going to get to talking about that Clippers Mavs game. So, as an introduction to that discussion, let's read this super chat from FIFA Boy. He said, rank the Mavs in a power ranking. Do not hate Ox.
Right now, rank the Mavs in a power ranking. Where are the Mavs right now? If the season ended today, where you ranking the Mavs? Well, let's see. I don't think they better than Denver. I don't think they better than Boston. I don't think they better than Philly neither. I think they have a tough time with Minnesota. I haven't seen them yet against Golden State. Yeah. I think they're a top 5 team right now, Big Ox. I will go as far as to say that they're a top 5 team right now, 100%. I will say that.
Okay, that's fair. So what did you say? You saw that game last night. What did you think of what you saw last night?
The original me going into the game was, all right, well, I'm gonna get a better effort. What we saw in New York was in New York. Okay, I'm gonna get a better effort. These guys got a game or two under their belt. I don't expect them to figure it out immediately. Nah, I'm not expecting that. But what I am expecting to see a little bit more continuity. I saw Ty Lue running action for Kawhi Leonard on the left wing because that's where he's the most effective, right? I saw him running action on curl cuts for Paul George because Paul George is the most effective on that right elbow. He's really good operating over there. But then I still see the same one-on-one with James Harden. And with me still seeing the same one-on-one with James Harden, that throws off their continuity. It throws off their rhythm. Meanwhile, Luka is still Luka. Luka still is responsible for a lot of other people's offense, but he's also responsible for his own offense, right? He's also responsible for getting his own buckets. And when I watch him, go at guys like Kawhi Leonard, when I watch him go at Paul George, he doesn't look phased at all, Big Ox. He looks like he can get wherever he wants to go. That second quarter was the ball game. They outscored the Clippers. The Clippers got outscored in that second quarter, minus 29. That was your ball game right there. In the second and the third quarter, Luka went 12 for 14 from the floor. He just got going. And there was nothing that they could do to stop him. Nothing that they could do to stop him. He got to wherever he wanted to go. Not only did he get to wherever he wanted to go, he got other guys whatever they wanted. Prime example would be Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway is getting wide open looks. In the process of him getting wide open looks, Kyrie Irving isn't shooting as much. Kyrie Irving looks like he's trying to play off of Luka, right? He looks like he's trying to play off of Luka, and it's working. But the biggest recipient of this going downhill is Derek Lively. Derek Lively is a guy who really, who I think Luka has gotten involved more. Him and who am I thinking about? The young kid, Derek White. That's not Derek White. I'm sorry. Oh, what's the kid's name? Derek. Why is his name escape me? The high jumping kid.
Derek Jones.
Derek Jones. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Derek Jones Jr. Yeah.
Derek Jones. That's what I'm thinking about. Derek Jones Jr. Those two guys have been the biggest recipient of Luka because one, they get out in the open floor. Lively just pick and diving, not only pick and diving, pick and pop and being able to set screens to get Luka open. And now that double team comes to Luka, and he's diving to the basket, getting lobs in the half court set. He looks really good, Big Ox. He does. He looks really good. This Clipper team, on the other hand, they just look discombobulated. I'm not sure what exactly is that they're doing. I don't know, because Russ has the ball. Russ is getting Paul George involved. Russ gets Leonard involved. Russ gets James Harden involved. But James Harden looks like the odd man out here. He looks like the dude who he shouldn't be involved in this group. He looks like the guy who, like, he's the extra guy. Like, we really don't need him, but he's here. So we got to involve him. Now, Russ, on the other hand, Russ is going to be Russ. Russ gets downhill. Not only does Russ get downhill, Russ gets to the basket. Russ does what Russ does. Russ shoots in the mid-range. He does all of those things. I thought he did I thought he tried to do a good job of getting them other dudes involved. But Russ basically had to just be Russ last night, and he wasn't great. I'd be lying if I said he was great, because he wasn't great. And none of their starting five was great. They in fact, I think that the whole crew, I think it was only one guy on the crew that was a plus on the starting five. Everybody else was just was just terrible. Everybody else was bad. So, I mean, when you're talking about this crew and what they look like, Big Ox, it just doesn't look like it's something long term. It doesn't look like it's something long term that's going to keep going. If you think that this is something that's going to be viable moving forward, don't forget Philly just won their fifth in a row since they lost James Harden. Meanwhile, the Clippers, this is their third straight loss. Yeah, with James Harden on the roster.
I do think you still, with a guy like James Harden, who is, you know what I'm saying, such a he's such a big piece. You know, I think it takes an adjustment period. They shouldn't be getting beat down like that.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
I think it takes an adjustment period, and I honestly think like that's why I keep saying bring Russ off the bench. I keep saying things like that because I feel like with Russ on the court, we got to cater to his deficiencies too much.
Right.
You know, but I think it just takes a little time with Russ, with James, with or without him. You know, I think they'll figure something out. I don't expect the Clippers to look like this throughout the rest of the season.
I'm to be honest with you, Ox, I'm trying to figure out what the formula is in terms of shaking up the lineup. The only thing that I think is realistic is maybe James Harden coming off the bench, because what we can't do is we can't give him the ball. We can't give, because if we gave him the ball, now that's going to stagnate Leonard. Now that's going to stagnate Paul George. These guys now are going to have to play off of James Harden, which James Harden complained about that last year. He does not want to be basically shackled. You know, Paul George wasn't good yesterday. Paul George was not good yesterday, even though Russ was trying to do what Russ does. He was trying to get him open shots. Paul George was not making open shots. He was not good on defense. Luka basically got whatever he wanted against any of them dudes.
Yeah.
With pick and roll, pick and pop. He got wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted against any of them dudes. And it was just too much. Luka was the difference in that game yesterday.
Yeah, he usually is.
And then it just snowballed where everybody else just got, once Luka got going, everybody else got going after that. Everybody. I mean, we talking about Dante Exum even got going.
Yeah, my only issue with this situation is Paul George plays terrible. Russ plays okay.
Yeah.
And it seems like James Harden has to take the brunt of that. Like that, we're gonna assume like it was all on James Harden. James Harden didn't make Paul George play like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing I want to look out for this Clippers situation is James Harden becoming a scapegoat. I just don't want to see James Harden becoming a scapegoat for for the lack of whatever it is that they're lacking down there in LA. That's the only thing I want to be aware of.
Well, that's the downside to this, Ox. He's gonna be the scapegoat because he got on this crew for them to win it. And if they don't win it, or if they don't come close to win it, it's gonna be because of him. Because he was the addition to help push them over the top. Even if he is playing solid, right? Let's just say for the sake of argument, he might not be playing great. He's just playing solid. If he's playing solid, it still is not going to matter because if they losing, they're going to blame him. He's going to be the reason why. He's going to be the reason why this crew is what it is. It's going to be because of him.
Right. Well, I hope Ty Lue can figure something out because they need to make some type of adjustments.
Yeah, absolutely, yo.
Hey, Andrew, I know you're in the back lobby, bro. If you got some headphones, if you got some headphones, try to throw those on, bro. I'm about to start pulling y'all up in a second. Let me see. We do got this other super chat real quick from Biggs. Said, chill. Did you see Mark Williams last night?
Big Ox, have you heard me talk about Mark Williams at all?
Yeah. I mean, I think me and you was the main Mark Williams advocates during the draft and whatnot.
Right, because a lot of people who aren't familiar with Mark Williams, he went to Duke. I thought he was the best athlete that they had. As good as Bonchero was, right? As good as them dudes were, I felt like he was the best athlete that they had. I thought he was one of the best bigs coming out in the draft. I still, to this day, feel like the Knicks made a mistake passing on him because I think that he was going to be better than Thomas Robinson. I'm not on the fence about that. I feel like he's going to be better than Thomas Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
I'm sorry. I think he's going to be not Thomas Robinson. I apologize. I feel like he's going to be better than Mitchell Robinson, and I feel like he's better. If he ain't better than him right now, I don't feel like they're that far off. I mean, he's a glass cleaner, rim runner. Not only glass cleaner, rim runner, rim protector. Last night, he just looked like he was in that mode. He was in that mode of being a 5-man, right? He was in that mode of just doing what 5 men do, cleaning glass, being a menace in the paint, rim protector, rim running. And I felt like LaMelo Ball did a good job in finding him when it was necessary to find him. And I still don't think they involve him in the offense enough, but Mark Williams is definitely my guy. I felt like that about him coming out in the draft. I felt like that him coming out in the draft, and I still feel like that today. I think the Knicks made a mistake passing on him. 100%.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Every time I hear that name, Thomas Robinson,
I'm sorry, I meant Mitchell Robinson. I apologize. I don't mean Thomas Robinson from the Kings. That Big Ox is disgusted with. I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks, who currently leads the league in offensive rebounding, by the way. That's one Mitchell.
Man, remember we were talking about that with the Milwaukee game. Mm-hmm. Thomas Robinson, I mean, Mitchell Robinson during that whole first quarter, those offensive rebounds and getting hands on the offensive glass. That was, keeping the Knicks active. So I think people sleep on his ability to crash the offensive glass, though.
Yes, 100% he does.
Let me see who we got back here. Let's grab a couple of guys up before we talk about some of the next games. What's up, Andrew?
Chill. What's up, Ox? What's up, Chill?
What up?
One of my favorite panelists on Players' Choice.
Thanks, brother.
Especially with you and Mars, man. I love you and Mars. Mars be taking years off your life, dog. That's the most fun music I've
I'm
ever heard.
telling you, man. If you find out that I ain't around no more, you can blame Mars. Mars got a lot to do with it.
Oh, trust me, I will.
Mars got a lot to do with it. He takes years off my life. Yes, he does.
So, what's your thoughts on the Lakers game? Because on the second half, I saw the terrorist Darvin Ham putting LeBron James as the point guard, and I saw D'Lo. He did not touch the court at all. What was your thoughts on that? Him playing the point last night,
and not only him playing the point, him keeping Anthony Davis out for half the quarter in the fourth quarter last night. Don't leave that part out.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, is he gonna play? Like,
I thought he was. I wasn't sure if he was still on the bench. I thought he was gone. I was like, where is he? Why isn't he around? Because I didn't see him or anything like that. He just wasn't there. And then next thing I know, it's like 7 minutes left in the fourth, and here he comes. I don't mind James.
Exactly right.
I don't mind James at the lead guard at all. In fact, I like James at the lead guard, especially that pick and roll, that pick and pop action between him and Reeves. I thought that was really productive, right? Now,
I love that.
What I want to remind you of is when James hit when James hit Cam in the corner for the long ball. He had already made two of them, right? He had already made two of them wide open. But I want you to rewind the clock, and I want you to rewind the clock back to last season. Your Lakers are playing against Charlotte, and James, in the meat and potatoes of the game, for the win, he hits Dennis Schroeder in that same corner. Dennis Schroeder doesn't do. Dennis Schroeder misses the shot. They play against Minnesota in the play-in. He goes right back to Dennis Schroeder in that same corner. Dennis Schroeder knocks down the three to win the game. The reason I'm bringing that up is because it's important to stick with guys. It's important to stick with guys, not just to stick with guys, not just to stick with them. It's important to stick with them for their confidence, right? Because if I go away from you, I'm basically saying you ain't good enough to be out here.
Yeah, I don't trust you at all.
Right. But if I stick with you, I'm telling you, if you miss, so what? I'm coming right back to you. That boosts the guy's confidence and lets him know, I got to start knocking down shots. Not in a scared way, not in a panicked way, but I can knock down shots. He thinks I can knock down shots. I know I can knock down shots. Come to me. I can do it 100%. Now, what I didn't like how the Lakers got destroyed on the backboard yesterday. And it seemed to me like something was going on with it.
Yeah, man, like
no, I don't. I can't put my finger on it. He looked slow. He looked disinterested. And I want to say he looked injured, but I'm not really trying to hear the whole injury thing if you're out on the floor. If you're on the floor,
if you're injured, you're on the floor, you're on the floor. But if you're injured, sit him out and put Jackson Hayes in. Right. I didn't see him play at all.
Right.
I didn't see Jackson Hayes play at all. I was like, so you're not gonna put him in? Like,
right.
But isn't Bron the best? Isn't Bron the best point guard on the Lakers?
Yeah. Pretty much. So do you think they should?
There is no pretty much. He made that clear.
Oh yeah, he's really young.
Yeah, he is.
Because I say that because do you think they should keep him at the point and just do like trade D'Lo? Because like D'Lo is not working out right now. Like just watching these games, he is not working out to me. Like
he actually was good last night. But he was good last night. Now he might not be De'Aaron Fox, which is what you want. He ain't Jamal Murray. No, he ain't that good. But I think he was 19-9 last night. Now it's his inconsistency that gets me. Like 1 minute he's hot, then the next game he might be a 1 for 12 from the field, and and we don't need him to be that way. At least give me like 17 points per game, but you can't even give me that because you're so up and down. And like, and when it comes to the pick and roll, I would thought the pick and roll him AD would be really good, but I feel like he struggles when he does it for some reason. I don't understand how he struggles with the pick and roll. AD, I felt like he missed AD a couple times at the rim. I felt like he missed them in the mid post a couple times when they were running the pick and roll, and particularly in the middle of the lane on the pick and pop. I felt like he missed them a couple of times, and I'm thinking to myself, where is that? Is it a continuity issue? What's going on with him? D'Lo is, and what we got to remember too, Andrew, is D'Lo is a scoring guard. He's not a distributor. He was trying to be that. He was trying to be that in Minnesota. He was trying to be that in Brooklyn. But he's definitely more of a scoring guard. That's who he is. He's a bucket getter who can pass. He's not a passer who can score. No, he's a bucket getter who can pass. And I think that James is your best option at the lead guard because he's the best passer on your team. If we're being honest about that, not only is he the best passer on your team, he's the smartest distributor. Like he knows who to go to, when to get guys the basketball. So with D'Lo, I know it's still early, and I still want to see. I still want to see how this thing works with the Lakers. There's a part of me that's thinking maybe they got maxed out. Maybe they are, but there's also a part of me that's thinking, let's just hold on for a little while longer, just a little bit. Let's just hold on just for a little while longer. I'm not out yet.
Do you think just because D'Lo's a scoring guard first, he thinks about scoring first? Do you think that messes up his head sometimes? Because like even though like you said, he's a scoring guard. Do you think that messes him up a little bit because he wants to like, okay, should I get my shot first, or should I get AD involved, or should I get Reeves or whoever's on the court?
That's
that messes with him a little bit.
That's where the role identification comes in. What I mean when I say that is, I know that playing with James, Anthony Davis, I'm gonna get open shots. So that part I'm not even concerned about because I'm gonna get open shots playing with Anthony Davis. I'm gonna get open shots playing with James. I'm gonna get open shots playing with Austin Reeves. I'm gonna get open shots on this crew. So I'm not worried about my shot. The question is am I going to be able, whether it's in transition, whether it's in the half court, am I going to be able to make the right play when it's necessary? Do I get off the basketball when it's necessary? He's been around long enough to know when he should be getting off the ball, when he should be scoring. I don't think that it messes with his head more than I think it's just him filling into this role of being more of a distributor than a shot creator and scorer.
Okay. What you thought about Bradley Beal last night? You thought he looked good?
I'm not out on Bradley Beal, but I think that this thing is a little bit. This injury was worse than what I thought it was, and he's trying to get himself back into form, and it looked like it's going to take a little bit longer than what I thought. I mean, he had 24 last night, but it looked hard. It didn't look like the fluent Bradley Beal. Like the Bradley Beal where it's nothing for him to get 20. It didn't look like that. He looked like he looked like he was struggling to get that. It didn't look like it was the fluid Bradley Beal where he could just get the spots and raise up. He looks like the athletic Bradley Beal that I know, the guy that gets up and down the floor to stop and pop. He didn't look like that guy last night. He looked like the guy who was struggling to be that. He wasn't, but he looked like he was struggling to be that.
Yeah. So what is your concern of the Suns? Like were you like a 9 or a 10 like on that team? Like
it wasn't Bradley Beal, it wasn't Bradley Beal, KD, who I'm sick of KD, Big Ox. And you know why I'm sick of KD? Because he's so goddamn good, yo.
Oh man,
he's so
man. Listen. I felt so bad for. I felt so bad for Woods, man. He was cooking Woods, but Woods was playing good defense. It was just that Kevin Durant was just giving him the business, man. Like I just felt so bad for him, like
he's so damn good.
Durant had to take him out.
And the problem that I'm having is that over the last couple of years, this is the KD that I've seen. But the problem is that he's gonna break down because he's getting older. Unless they manage him correctly, this is what I've seen from him over the last couple of years. Not because, I hope this dude get hurt. No, I don't hope he gets hurt. What I'm saying is that I've seen him over the last couple of years, and at some point, he's breaking down. I would love to see this dude keep going like this. I would love to, because watching him last night, I'm thinking, man, this dude is awesome. Still,
yeah, man.
He's still.
He was in the zone. He was in the zone, but getting to his spot, like it was just
out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, Andrew, we're gonna keep it moving, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. The show ain't over though, so stay tapped in, fam.
Absolutely, brother. Good to talk to you. No doubt about that.
You too, man.
Yes, sir. Ox, man, that damn Kevin Durant, yo, he's so good, yo, and he just gets to wherever he wants to go, whenever he wants to go, whenever he wants to go there. The problem with him is just that his health isn't what it used to be. KD ain't as sharp as he used to be in terms of athleticism. KD never played. His game was never predicated on athleticism and flight. That was never KD game. KD's game was just skill, getting to where I need to get to, getting to the spaces in the spots that I need to get to. That's always been KD's game. And it's obvious that he can still do that. It's clear that he can still do that.
Yeah. From what Andrew's question about your concerns for the Suns, I'm still in the same place I've been all season. My concerns for the Suns are absolutely zero.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once Book and Brad are together, KD can can start, toning it down, taking some, sitting down a little bit. Coach Vogel can, give him a little bit of rest. But that was a good game last night, though.
That was an awesome game last night. Awesome game last night. The guy, Christian Wood, this is the guy Ticket was talking about last night. That's the guy Ticket was talking about. The guy that we seen over the course of his time, whether it was in Dallas or it was in Houston, the empty stat guy, that wasn't him last night. If they could get more of that from him, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine if they could get more of that from him. He looked great last night. Knocked down a bunch of threes. He actually did get on the backboard. Not as much as I would like to have seen him get on the backboard, but he did get on the backboard last night. Excuse me. I didn't like the Lakers. I didn't like what I saw with them on the glass last night, though. I really didn't, Big Ops. I didn't. And that's largely due to Anthony Davis not looking. He just didn't look like, he just didn't look like Anthony Davis. He looked like he was struggling last night. Guys like Christian Wood, right? Guys like Christian Wood getting on the backboard. I think he had 9 or 10 rebounds last night, something like that, and that really helped him. I think James had 9. I think James had 10 rebounds or something like that too, and Anthony Davis. But they need some help. Those other guys need to help them on the backboard. That's what's up.
Well, and sure, that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to ask you. If these concerns with KD breaking down and whatnot, are we not concerned with LeBron breaking down? Having to carry this type of load for the team. I mean,
Big Ox.
LeBron's still great. LeBron's still great. There's no doubt about that. I'm never trying to push that type of agenda. I mean, if we need 30 and 10s and all that to win games, how long can we do that?
And I think we could get. I think we could get that from him, Big Ox. But the nights when Anthony Davis goes 27 and 14, or I don't know, 30 and 13, we shouldn't have to have James go 28 or 29. No, other guys have to step up. But I think we're in a space with James where I think we just got to accept that that's who he is until he breaks down, and I think that he's going to, because he's older. That's just who he is. You saw him yesterday. He had to come out the game because of his calf.
Yeah, I did see that. And the thing about that, what kind of worried me is because it was like nobody hit his left leg. I saw his right leg. He got like bumped, but I didn't see anything with the left. So that's why I was a little worried at that point. But I mean, he went sat down for a second, whatever he did, went to the back, and he thugged it out. But that's one thing that we can never take away from Bron. Bron is gonna play. If Bron's healthy, if Bron can walk, he's gonna get on that court and play basketball. Gotta respect that from LeBron. But so we kind of went over that Clippers game, went over the Lakers game. What other games did you check out last night?
Minnesota and San Antonio. I said this to y'all yesterday, and I'm not on the fence about it. I'm on the Minnesota train. I love what they're doing defensively in particular. I love what they're doing. I love what Mike Conley. I think Mike Conley going into yesterday's game, Big Ox, I think he had 0 turnovers for the season going into yesterday's game. I mean, they take care of the basketball with the best of them. I don't love Anthony Edwards on the long ball line as much as he's been on the long ball line, but he's been playing in the mid range way more this season than any time in his career. He's actually, I think he's shooting almost 50%. I think he's like 47% this season shooting in the mid between 17. I think he's like 17 for 30, something like that, shooting in the mid range. And I think that him playing in the mid range has expanded his game. I think that it's going to take some time for him. I think it's going to take some time for him to understand that playing in the mid range is where his bread is going to be buttered. And I think that's just going to make him better. I think that's just going to make him even more lethal. So when I think about what Mike Conley is doing for this crew, just from a distribution standpoint, Big Ox, right? Just from a distribution standpoint, I mean, last night, don't get me wrong. I think going into last night's game, he had any turnovers, and I think last night he ended up with like 3 or 4, something like that, and then going into that game. But Wemby was fantastic. Wemby. He's making threes with the shot clock going down. They're still not running anything for him like that on the long ball line, but they're throwing lobs for him at the rim, pick and dive. I think that this San Antonio team, I'm not on the fence about it when I say that they aren't as good as I thought that they were going to be. I'm not on the fence about it. They're not. I still think that they're bottom. I think that they're a bottom half or bottom 5 team, but I do think that the future looks good for them. Like Keldon Johnson wasn't good last night, right? Vassell actually was good though. Vassell 100% was good. Keldon Johnson wasn't good last night. I think he could have done a better job in scoring the basketball, and not just scoring the basketball, but also playmaking for other people. I think they got some good minutes out of Zach Collins. He was the best rim protector in Portland, but last night he also brings that to this San Antonio team. When I think about Minnesota defensively, though, how they gang rebound, Jaden McDaniels, the job that he did on Devin, not Devin Vassell, but him switching on to Kelvin Johnson last night, the job that he did on him, and the job that he was trying to do on Vassell, making things difficult for him. I thought they did a good job defensively. I thought that San Antonio stuck around, and they stuck around primarily because of Wemby. Wemby was the one who I still feel like is the one who's just going to keep them in games. And if he doesn't, they don't have a shot. You muted, Big Ox.
My bad. Let me pull J-Rob up real quick, see what the brother got there. What's up, J-Rob?
What's up, fellas?
Before we get any further, is Pluto a planet? Yes or no?
Today, for you, chill time, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes.
J-Rob, don't start the nonsense. Yes or no, J-Rob? It's Pluto planet. Cut the nonsense.
Be on the right side of history, J-Rob.
I'm going to be on the right side of history. Bro. I don't want to be like A.J. Brown telling the reporters that the earth is flat.
Come on, B. Don't do that, yo.
All right, my bad. But there's 2 things I want to get off, too. One, the Lakers, because Big Ox sent me a message saying F the Lakers a few days ago in the Telegram. After a few crushing losses, tried to gloat. But I just want y'all to know something. And to all those out there, I've been telling y'all for a year now that the best player on that team is LeBron Ramon James. And I understand what y'all talking about these minutes, but my dog is not. He's a healthier version of LeBron. We went to Wakanda. We got the vibranium. We ate the fruit. We ate the fruit, and we're back in the mix. That was a great win last night. Shout out to Cam Reddish for silencing some of the noise around him. But I just want to say I think people are pushing a panic button on the Lakers a little too early, and I think it's more so about the fact that this is a team that people want to see fail. So once things going awry, they're quick to jump and say that they need to go get a third star. Like I think the biggest thing they need to do is really hold pat, because everybody knew going into that season that there was going to be a little bit more pressure on this team because they brought back a lot of stars. Austin Reeves, Rui, D'Lo, they all got paid. So there was an expectation. But I mean, they could make a trade, but I just don't think it's something that needs to be. I don't think it needs to be a desperation move just yet. And I do think the addition of Jared Vanderbilt still needs to be, seeing how that installs with the team before you even make a final move in terms of a trade, because you do need to know, like, if you're going to make a trade, you're probably going to have to give up a Rui Hachimura. Like that's probably somebody who's going to have to go, or potentially an Austin Reeves. So, that is something you're going to have to think about. So I'd rather you wait till they have the full squad healthy so you really see what you have before you make a move. Like, I don't think you need to panic. I still think they're good enough to win enough games.
J-Rob, that's my thing, J-Rob. Why are we even talking about trades?
Yeah.
Like, why are trades being discussed 9 games into the season?
Yeah, I think it's the panic button is a little ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Y'all still figure out ways to win some of these basketball games. You know what I'm saying? I think calling for trades 9 games in is is ridiculous. And then you don't have a fully healthy squad, bro. Like you don't. Gabe Vincent out for a minute. Still haven't gotten Vanderbilt back. So like Ox, I think this
Anthony
whole
Davis
like
just went down
he
for a
just,
couple of
like,
games.
you know, he didn't play that well last night. Like I get it, but they still won. You know, at the end of the day, let's make sure if they still getting wins, some of that chemistry stuff will come together. But I think to call for a trade 9 games in is like, bruh, what are we like? I understand it's the Lakers and all of that, but holy cow, like we gotta relax.
Well, when you think about the Lakers, it's always like that with them. The sky is always falling. Whenever something happens, the sky is falling. When something happens early in the season, like last year when they went on that run and they won 20 of their last 28 games and ended up in the Western Conference Championship. This is the same crew. They added Gabe Vincent, right? They added Gabe Vincent, they added Cam Reddish, but ultimately this is the same crew, which by the way we haven't seen. We have not seen Vanderbilt, right? We have not seen Vanderbilt. Anthony Davis was just in and out of the lineup. We're barely 2 weeks into the season. It's not like we've been a month, 2-3 months into the season, and this is still going on. Not to mention the season ended, and now we had 3 months, and now we right back to it, and now we got to get this thing back acclimated. I get these dudes back acclimated to each other. Yeah. They finally get a training camp. They finally get to get on the same page with each other, as opposed to last year where this thing was thrown together. Now. If I'm asking you that, yo, this team is not going to be very good 2 months from now, that's different than right now, 2 weeks into the season, where you got a guy in LeBron James who still running things the way he's running it, which I didn't think that he would be doing.
I told you Wakanda, bro. We went to Wakanda. He ate the fruit.
I really didn't. I really didn't think that he would be running things the way he's doing. I felt like Anthony Davis would be better. Anthony Davis got a little nicked up. He still was solid last night. He wasn't terrible. He still was solid last night. But I just feel like this crew, I still need to. It's still a wait and see. I still think the West is wide open, with the exception of Denver. In terms of a contender, the West is wide open. As good as Dallas is Luka going to play like this the whole season? Because he's fantastic. I mean, what can I say? What can you say about Luka that hasn't already been said? He's fantastic. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, he's the only one on that crew that's averaging 20 or more. Ain't nobody else doing that except him. So, I mean, I think the Western Conference is still, in terms of a contender, I feel like it's wide open. But if I'm a betting man, I feel like the Lakers have an opportunity to step forward.
Now, can I ask, and this is my second thing that I want to ask y'all both about, both of y'all. What do y'all think? 0-3, James Harden inserting into the lineup. Like,
it's not just 0-3, J-Rob.
Is their sky falling? That's the question. Is their sky falling?
Don't leave out Philly 5-0 since he left there. Don't leave that out. That's very important to mention that. Philly is 5-0 since he left there.
That's not really fair, Chilltown, because did James Harden even ever play this year for Philly?
No, he didn't. But that crew that he was on, that's the same crew that was on last year. And Tyrese Maxey looked like an all-star.
Oh, facts.
Tyrese Maxey, if the all-star game, if voting ended today, it looks to me like Tyrese Maxey is going to be an all-star. Yeah, so I mean, we talking about a crew that, number one, they look faster, they look more athletic. Joel Embiid looks like he's livelier because and don't get me wrong, James Harden was a 20-10 guy, but it doesn't look like they play as slow as they did last year. It looked like they're playing faster. And I think Nick Nurse has something to do with that. I'm not gonna discount Nick Nurse, because Nick Nurse has something to do with that. And then defensively, Joel Embiid looks better. He's rebounding more. Like I said, I'd like to see him rebound more. But as far as James Harden, J-Rob, the reason why he got on this crew is for them to win. That's why he didn't get on this crew so it could look good. He didn't get on this crew so they could win a couple of games. He got on this crew for them to be the difference in winning the NBA championship. And as of right now, it looks like a your turn, my turn, this my turn. And James Harden looks like he's the odd man out. He looks like he's the dude that's in this trio. Like, we got this extra dude. Like, we don't really need him, but he's here, so we got to involve him.
That's fact. Go ahead, Ox. My bad. Yeah.
No, I've already said it. I don't think James Harden is necessarily the issue right now. I think they just got to make some adjustments. I don't think they're gonna have too many issues, any issues down the stretch of the season. It's going to take a little time to warm up. When you get a guy like James Harden on your team and you already got Russell Westbrook and Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, it takes a little time for them to mesh. I'm just, like I said, bring Russ off that bench, man. It's time to take the time.
Big Ox, you keep saying that. Big Ox, you keep saying that. Why do you keep saying that?
We have to cater to Russ's deficiencies too much. It's like come off that bench and be a spark. You're still going to play 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you come off the bench and all of a sudden you're a 16-minute a game type guy. You're still going to get your minutes, but we got to stagger that. We can't have you out here. Us catering to Russell Westbrook is a losing formula.
Yeah, you got to really. I agree with Ox. Like, I know Russ probably don't want to come off the bench, but I agree. You need to bring him off the bench because one, there's not enough basketball to on that starting five. There's not enough basketball, and at least with Paul George and Kawhi, they could be play off at least. Well, I'm not even gonna say Kawhi. Paul George can at least play a little off ball. He'll cut to a basket. He'll go get a dunk. You know what I'm saying? So at least with James Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi, I think that's a better mix. And I gotta be quite frank. A starting five at this point in their careers, I want to make sure everybody understands where I'm. Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook with Zubac. What level of defense are we getting out of that starting five?
Well, you're supposed to get elite defense from Leonard and Paul George, but I think a lot of it
is no longer.
I think it's reputation. I think it's reputation more than anything. Same thing with Paul George. But I'm telling y'all, me and Big Ox differ on this. I'm telling you, you send Russ to the bench, you're gonna lose him. I'm telling you that right now because when he was playing with both Paul George and with Kawhi Leonard, they were viable. Now we're gonna bring this dude over here who basically forced his way onto our crew. Now you're telling me who, when we was rolling with me and these other two guys, now I got to step back and take a lesser role. You're gonna lose them. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna lose them.
I mean, yeah, you potentially could.
That's fair.
But hey, fellas, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all. I just wanted to talk.
Pluto's a planet.
Always a pleasure, brother. We'll catch up with you.
We'll see you at the face. Hey, I see you at the face off today. I'm hosting the face off, so I'll see y'all.
Pluto is a planet.
Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all bring your A game to them face offs today. I'll be there in the mix to stir the pot.
Just make sure that you know that Pluto is a planet. That's all.
All right, yes, sir.
J-Rob, make sure in that face off, man. You utilize that mute button. Utilize that mute button.
I will. And Ox, yo, I'm telling you right now, Ox, don't piss me off. You better win. Don't piss me off. You better win. Oh God.
Sure.
All
right, bro.
All these are face offs. That's like we ain't even get into the fight yet. We just sit across from each other, just yapping. Like we ain't even get the boxing yet. Wait.
Make sure how do you win a face off?
Right. Wait till we get the boxing. Mm-hmm.
Let me get some more of these super chats on, fellas. I'm gonna get back to y'all in the lobby in a couple seconds. Y'all stay patient. Stick with me.
We got you.
But y'all know these super chats are before everything.
Priority.
Alan R. Chill. Is it true that you have Wilt ahead of Jokic as a passer? I heard this on Open Gym. Wilt, in my opinion, isn't a top 10 big man passer of all time.
That's your opinion. I think Wilt is. When I think about big men passers, yes, I got Wilt ahead of. In fact, Wilt didn't start winning until he started passing more. Right? Wilt didn't start winning until he started passing more. Not to mention, Wilt's skill set as a passer is just as good as anybody's. Like a lot of people forget, Wilt played for the Harlem Globetrotters. Like Wilt didn't just play in the NBA. You know, Wilt got his skill set from other places. So absolutely, I have Wilt ahead of Joker as a he's definitely a top 5 passing big man of all time, 100%. For you to say he ain't top 10, I think that's nuts.
Right. From Hit 44, is Kyrie the perfect partner for Luka?
I don't know about the perfect one, but Luka signed off on it though, and I think Luka feeling him, and I think Irv feeling Luka. I think that they playing off each other. I think people expect Irv's game to be what it was when he was with James, where he's like 30 a game, 29. I think that they expected that when that's not who Luka is. Him and James different in the aspect that Luka plays primarily with the ball. He doesn't come off the ball.
Right.
Irv, on the other hand, is different. Irv can play off the basketball, and I don't think it's hampering his game. This is a classic example, Big Ox, of less is more. Classic.
Okay. Let me see from my guy Sports PSP, Chris Rock or Martin Lawrence. First, chill town. Let's do this. Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence in movies first, not stand-up movies.
Pookie was something else, B. But
Oh yeah.
After Bad Boys, I can't really say that I'm feeling Martin Lawrence in a lot of other stuff. There's some other stuff that I'm feeling him in, but I can't say I was feeling him in a lot of other stuff. Chris Rock, on the other hand, there's other stuff that I was feeling him in. A lot of other stuff that I was feeling him in. So if I had to choose between the two of them, just in movies alone, I'm gonna go with Chris Rock.
Okay, what about stand-up?
Definitely Chris Rock. I didn't realize Chris Rock was that funny. I really didn't, Big Ox. When I first saw him in stand-up, I did not know he was that funny. When I saw him in Bring the Pain, I was like, damn, I didn't know he was that funny. That was great.
Right. From Rock. Oh, gee, I was thinking about this for a while now. But was Melo only a top 5 player in the league once in his entire career? 2013.
So if you think about his career, let's see, during that time in 2013, 2010 was 2007. You can make the argument that he was a top. I'm definitely not on the fence. I'm confident that the conversation was real about him being the best one-on-one player in the game. From 2009 to 2013, that was a real conversation. But when you're talking about him being a top 5 player, so if you think about if you think about like during that time, Bryant, James, KD, Wade, Dirk, let's see, Chris Paul, Curry wasn't Curry yet, Howard, maybe, but he was definitely in the conversation.
No doubt. Real quick too, we have a new member, Chris Tupple, became a YouTube member. Appreciate you, Chris. Our guy Alan R has been a member for 4 months. Right on, Alan. Appreciate you. Daniel Smith, chill. Why you leave Bird off the top 5 mid range?
When did I leave Bird off the top 5 mid range? Oh, we was talking about we was talking about
this week.
Yeah, we was talking about that. My fault. That was my fault. Bird definitely a better mid range scorer than Richard Hamilton. Yes, he is. Than Rip Hamilton. 100% he is. I can't believe I forgot about Bird. I apologize. Bird is definitely a better mid range scorer than Richard Hamilton. 100% he is. And DeMar DeRozan too.
Big Fan Breezy, a member for 4 months. Shout out Big Fan Breezy. Brooklyn in the house. And FIFA Boy. W host J Rob for Black Friday. Ron too biased. L host.
Hey man. That's your man, Big Ox. I want to make sure just so y'all clear, just so everybody know that's his man. Big Ox. Yeah. That's Big Ox man.
Bias is here. Let me get to it. We got next. Actually, next in line, none other than Brooklyn's very own Leaf Diggy. What it do?
Brother Evans, Brother Womack, what's going on with y'all? Listen, real quick, before I start, Chill Town, I got a start bench cut for you, real quick before I get into the team. Start bench cut, and you old enough to remember this. John Wooden, Dean Smith, Bobby Knight.
Start John Wooden.
Mm-hmm.
Bench Bobby Knight, cut Dean Smith.
Why cut Dean Smith?
Bobby Knight one more. Bobby Knight one more. And he had a crew that was undefeated.
That he did do. He had
a crew that was undefeated.
Dean Smith first national title was when? 82?
82. Mm-hmm. Jordan freshman year.
He should. Right. But Wanted to get into the teams first. First off, everything that you said about Minnesota, man, I'm starting to believe in more and more and more. As far as being on a train, I probably maybe got 1 foot off. Because I wanted to like at least
you in the station. That's all that's important, Big. I at least got you to the train station. That's where I got you.
I wasn't I wasn't sure it was necessarily you, but I'm the thing was I seen the potential in them last year after the Conley trade. And I think Conley was kind of the leader that they needed. You talked about the injuries that they had with losing Nas Reed and losing McDaniels was big for them going on into last year players because they did compete in a lot of those Denver games. And a lot of those games against Denver, they competed like to down to the T at least.
Yep.
But obviously I know my thing is if you 4 feet on, then that means you 4 feet on, but you got to be somewhat 4 feet on Karl Anthony Towns, because the thing is they need him to come up in a lot of situations more than ever. And I think the power forward position in terms of being a scorer and being an all-around threat, both on at least on offense and defense, is important. Another thing I'm gonna get to another thing. So, but the Philadelphia 76ers, man, listen, everything that I said about them, and now I know how you feel about Joel going down the stretch and going into the playoffs. Probably because your ass want Boston Celtics to win the damn whole thing anyway. But
you know what? Actually, no, Leaf, I don't. You know who I would really like to see win it? I'd like to see the big man win it because I want to see the big man come back. You know how I feel about the big man.
Yeah,
you know how I feel about the big man, and I want to see I would love to see Joel Embiid dominating the NBA Finals. I would love to see him do that. 100%. I would love to see that.
And I'm on board with you, but I think this is more about Maxey and the others than it is about Joel. Because the thing is, if Maxey and the others on that team could help, and then Joel could just fill in the blanks in the most important parts in the fourth quarter, I think it works that way. Because the thing is, Maxey and the others and the way Nick Nurse is coaching, they've proven that they could get you from first to third quarter. The fourth quarter got to belong to the fourth quarter. Joel got to have enough and enough oxygen, basically, to finish the job. To me,
he's been doing that. He's been doing that.
Yeah, yes, he has been doing it.
Doing it.
But listen, you can't lie to me if you're gonna say it's sustainable going into the postseason.
Why you think I'm out on Philly? Because I've seen this already.
Wait. Okay, so you out.
I'm out on Philly. Because I've seen this already.
You out no matter what. Even though you got Max, you got what you wanted in Maxey being the guy. Even though they got rid of Doc Rivers. And
I've seen this already from Joel Embiid. They're going to go as far as Joel Embiid takes them. I'm out. I seen this last year.
Are they really?
I seen Joel Embiid 33 and 12, 33 and 10, leading the league in scoring, being one of the best rim protectors in the league, and then getting banged up and not being able to translate it to the playoffs. I seen that. You want to get me back on the train? Do it in the postseason. That's all I'm asking. As of right now, I'm out.
I don't think it's just about Joel anymore. Yes, I think it's about the others. Maxey and the others, if you could get this performances out of them in the postseason, that helps Joel rest. That helps Joel be a little bit more fresher, be a little bit more loose. Am I wrong?
Yes, because at the end of the day, we only going as good as those other guys are. As good as Robert Horry was, as good as Derek Fisher was, as good as Rick Fox was, we still needed the Diesel to be the Diesel. But
Kobe filled in those blanks.
As good as Kobe was, we still needed the Diesel to be the Diesel. Yeah, we needed that. And as good as Maxey is, who by the way is becoming that, which I'm all in favor of that. I said that before that I wanted to give him the basketball, and he is becoming that. We still need Joel Embiid to be Joel Embiid in order for us to get to that next level. Because you need your A guy. If your A guy is your A guy, that means we got a shot at winning it. If your A guy is a B guy when you need him to be an A guy, that's not good enough. Because now what I'm doing is I'm relying on my my B and C guys to be A guys for my A guy. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work long term. But I think in certain games they could come up big and help him out. You talked about the Shaq being Shaq. Remember, Shaq had a few games where he like digressed. He had a couple of games where he fouled out, and Kobe picked up the slack. You do remember that. So the thing is, when those type of instances happen, you need your Maxis and you need your Kelly Oubre's to basically rise to the next occasion. It might be one game, it might be 2 games in a playoff series, but you do need them to rise. But and to give Joel that safety net to be like, yo, we got you, bro. Yo, listen, don't worry about the last game. Don't worry about the first quarter struggling, whatever. You can get back to where you're going eventually, of course. But I wanted to navigate real quick to the West. Now, obviously, the Clippers, goddamn, so the Buffalo Braves, whatever the hell you want to call them, man. Like, I mean, it is what it is. James, as far as James Harden, I think he should come off the bench more than Westbrook, because they're gonna lose Russ if they back out on him. If they basically
send him to the bench, Big Ops. Watch what happens. That's all I'm gonna say, Big Ops.
I'm telling you,
send him to the bench.
They're gonna
watch
lose
what
Russ,
happens.
and I think Russ earned a right to play his ass off. He played his ass off for this team since he got here. You know what I'm saying? And before James Harden got here, he was playing his ass off then. So my thing is, like, I don't think they need to do that now. To navigate to Dallas. Now you talked about Luka, basically being a driver, and Hardy. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how he ascends as the season go on, man, because he's getting confidence. You got Lively in the dunking spot, who you talked about. You got you still got Tim Hardaway. You got Tim Hardaway healthy. Tim Hardaway Jr. healthy.
All these dudes are benefiting from Luka.
No. I know. I'm gonna get somewhere, but the thing is, I think as the season goes on, they're gonna get more confidence when Luka is not necessarily on the court and in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so this is really what the regular season for, and they figuring out how to stay in games. That way, Luka could close them, and you already know that Luka could close damn near against anybody. And now,
for sure.
In terms of the Suns, man, listen, they doing a great job in the hustle stats, man. Like rebounding wise, I did not think they were going to be this good, because since the beginning of the season, they've been rebounding pretty damn well. Okogie, bro, is good hustle.
Well, they don't have one guy. They gang rebound. That's why.
Rebound. Yeah. They gang rebound.
That's always been Frank Vogel's mantra. He's never been a coach to have one guy like when he was in Indiana. It wasn't just David West. It was David West. It was Herb. It was Roy Hibbert. Right. It was Paul George. These guys crashed the glass when he was with the Lakers. It wasn't just Anthony Davis. It was James. It was Kuzma. It was KCP. He's always been a gang rebound kind of guy. Always been that way.
Right. I think the Suns are closer to figuring it out more so than the Clippers. They're definitely more so than the Clippers. The Suns they're going to get closer 100%. To figuring out. The Warriors 100%. now just the Warriors. Everybody want to talk to me about how
we can't run down every team in the league, brother. We gotta keep it moving.
I'm not.
We got the lobby,
brother.
Sorry, all right. Yeah. Go ahead with the Warriors. Go ahead with the Warriors.
So the Warriors, everybody want to talk to me about how Steph is the only person over 20 points that like he basically dragging them on his back. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think a lot of guys, even though they digressing, they figuring out what they still good at. Obviously, Chris Paul off the bench. Kuminga, I thought he was going to come along with Chris Paul off the bench. I thought Chris Paul was going to unlock him more so in the open court and in dunker spots and in those areas. And I don't think that's necessarily happened yet. They still got to prove that they could be the top team in the West, because most of their wins, you look at, they played the Sacramento Kings, they Suns like a whole bunch of times, and then they played the Pistons, and they played all these other teams, and they beat them. And then lose to Denver, I pray for whoever see Denver in the playoff series. I pray for them, because that shit ain't gonna be easy. Yeah, they are gonna run the gauntlet. They might run the gauntlet again.
Kind of like Boston ran the gauntlet on Brooklyn last night.
Stop.
Hey, Lee, you be easy, fam.
My
dude, it's good to see you, my dude. I know where to find you at if I'm looking for you, my man.
Appreciate you.
No, you're not looking for me. You gonna sneak that shit? Go on live. Go on live and lift your chin up so I can knock.
My man, Lee Diggy, man, that's my guy. Great. Let me see. I know S. Where'd you go? There we go, right here. What up, SB?
What up?
That man Leaf, man. That man Leaf. Man. These Nets fans need to calm down. So
they worse than Bulls fans. They worse.
Man. First of all, salute, fellas. Salute, Ox. You know what I'm saying? Salute, OG.
What up?
So obviously, I've been getting a lot of SHIT because I don't got Luka as a top 5 player. Now, OG, I might be steering the way that maybe he might be right now, But my own problem is this, because like people love to bring up the Harden situation when Harden's at the top of the league. I'm like, we didn't have at a point in time where we got like 7 legit players that we could be like, yeah, they all MVP. They playing at a high MVP caliber level and winning. Maybe Luka really wasn't winning at a point in time, but they winning now.
Yep.
And they be in the conversation the best player you got. Joker, Giannis, Curry, KD. I'm glad you brought up KD because KD bought, because now everybody just like Luka just far better than KD. I'm like, y'all got to chill a little bit. Y'all got to chill. Then we got Tatum, Embiid, and Luka. That's it. And I feel like it's so people just say to me it's crazy. I'm like, I'm looking from the aspect of Tatum. Let's say Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Both if Luka got him on playmaking, we give him that. But Tatum got him on defense. Mm-hmm. And if you look at it a scoring aspect, if Luka is here, Tatum is right here. So what's going to be, if everything pretty much close on the level of player, what else can you go by? You got to go off the winning. Mm-hmm. I think winning got to matter at some point. Y'all just act like the regular season just don't exist no more. And you of course you can put context to why Luka was here or Luka didn't have no team, but let's stop acting like Luka didn't have nobody. Luka had players. The guy that he got on his team now, which is number 2, they got rid of him from Boston. Obviously, it was other reasons, but they got rid of him so Tatum can't shine. A lot of the guys that was on Boston was built, because I hate the narrative of if Luka was on this team, if they was grown, if Luka grown with them, then of course, but don't try to make it seem like Tatum was on time of like he just got a whole bunch of these superstars on the super team like that. That's why I hate that. But I just feel like just with Luka, I think it's possible to put him in the top 5, but you can argue him out of it because there's 7 legit guys who's playing at a high caliber level.
Facts. And on top of that, you also talking about what you've done previous. Just so you know, Big Ox, in the last 3 years, Luka has been the preseason league MVP. He finished 5th. I think he finished 6th last year. He finished 8th, and he finished 3rd. So as well as Luka's playing right now, right? As well as and I think it's right there. So as of right now, if you're looking at the top 5 players in the league, I think Jason Tatum is the top 5 player in the league.
Me too.
And I think Jason Tatum is the top 5 player in the league. I think Luka. I think it's Joker, Luka, Curry, Tatum, and Embiid. That's what I'm leaving. Embiid. Them the 5 guys. And Curry is in if you want to put Curry in that mix and take somebody out, knock yourself out. Those are the top 5 people I think right now. But if you want to take somebody out and put Curry in, knock yourself out. Absolutely. Yeah. But those are the top 5 players I think in the league right now.
Shouldn't defense be a requirement?
I think so. I think because if it's that close, you got to add something. You got to add, because like everybody love to bring up with the Harden situation. The Harden, Luka played just like how Harden was. Of course, you're going to put up numbers when you control the majority of the offense and you're a ball dominant guy. But when Harden was at a top 5 player in the league, I couldn't say it was 7 guys that's our top 5 caliber players at that point in time.
Plus, when you're talking about defense being the X factor or mattering, Big Ox, I feel like defense does matter. But when you got a guy who offensively is that good, there's an exception. Like when Magic was running around, like when Curry is running around, like when you got a guy that's that good offensively, if you at least solid on defense or at least average, we can look past your defense. We can look past your defensive deficiencies. Luka's so damn good offensively that man.
And that's why I was saying, like, yeah, his offense is even getting better. The only bad game I think he really had offensively, and you could just say scoring-wise against my Chicago Bulls, but he made every legit pass to get every shooter open when they need to be open. I can't deny that. But now, the one knock that I always had on Luka was him being off ball, which it ain't as worse as it used to be. And he actually been pretty much a solid defender. So that's why I said I might be leaning on the fence of maybe putting them in the top 5, which is not, but I don't think it's crazy to put them out because it's a lot of good guys that's at that level too. And like you said, Ox, which should count on defense. But the other thing I want to talk about, because y'all was talking about earlier in the show, was don't you hate actually being a real fan of a team And I'm gonna tell you why, because you go through the struggles, of watching your team, and then people try to talk smack because you're a fan of a team, but everybody bandwagon on these teams. And these Laker fans are so spoiled where you are 7 games. Well, how many games we in right now so far? How many games we in?
Nine
games in. You ready to blow the team up because y'all so spoiled. A win now, we got to win this. You got to let the team grow and develop. Y'all ain't seen nothing develop unless it's been bought. So I really hate. OG, I know you really got a basketball team, but I'm just saying though. And then I hate when you try to tell people about their team, Ox, you a Kings fan. What you know? Or you a Bulls fan. So you just going to ignore what I said and just say I'm a fan of a team.
Yeah. You can't when you got a team, especially a team that's not doing that great or has a history of not being that great, and you critique anything, people don't know how to talk basketball. They don't really know much about basketball. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of these people that are supposed to be fans, only fans because of their parlays. You know what I'm saying? Or they just like to watch.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that just watch basketball and don't know nothing about basketball. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how when I watch soccer, I don't know what's going on, but I like watching it. So that's how a lot of people are with basketball. So the only thing they can say is, "Well, you're a Kings fan, so what do you know?"
And they'd be like,
I don't coach the Kings. I didn't draft Thomas Robinson. I didn't draft Nick Stauskas. I didn't draft Jimmy Fredette. You know what I'm saying? I didn't draft these guys. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't building a team around Lonzo Ball. Then he ended up getting hurt, and we got DeMar DeRozan. I just rock with the team. I'm from here. You got to be a fan. You don't know the struggle of watching your team until you see your team go through something. And OG, I do like that your boy Bron is still showing his greatness, and I do think they kind of harping on AD kind of bad. But I'm seeing the crash. I'm seeing the crash before it happened. I don't think LeBron can keep this up.
I'm not on the fence about that. I said that before the season started, that if this team was going to be any good, it was going to go as far as Anthony Davis took them, because I didn't think that James could do. Now, James got off to a fast start, and he looks great early.
Over that minute restriction, by the way.
And by the way, James, for his career, and you guys can go look it up if you want. So James, for his career, he sucks in January. He is not very good in January for his career. He's just not very good. I don't know what it is about January, Big Ox, but he's not very good in January.
You know what it is? New Year's, he drinking that.
I don't know what it is about January, but he's not very good for his career in January. So, and he's older. I am not one of these people who actually expects James to keep this up. No, I don't expect that. Yeah. Hell no, I don't expect that. As good as he is, and as much as I have to accept that he's different from other 38-year-olds, I can't expect him to keep doing what he 30 and 11, 29 and 9. No, I can't expect that.
And I know y'all got other people that got to get on. I don't want to hold y'all up. I ain't gonna pull a leaf on y'all. Lakers fans, let it go. AD, stop begging for AD to be traded. There's nobody out there that you can get at this point in time that can make y'all a championship level team. And there's always two things that's gonna happen in life. You got to pay your taxes, and AD gonna get hurt. That's just the facts of the matter, man. Salute, fellas. I know y'all got it.
All right, yo.
All right, SB. Catch you next time.
Sir.
Let me see. Let me get to these couple super chats. One from Daniel Smith. Wave Harden like the Rockets waved Wall.
Damn. You traded for him, and now you're gonna cut him after all that you gave up. They were a top 5 seed last year. After giving up Morris, after giving up Covington and Batum, and now you're gonna cut him. I hate that.
Yeah, that's not cool. Oh, real quick, Bobby 7, member for 3 months. Appreciate you, Bob.
Definitely, Bizzo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chef 30. What's your top 5 players this season? SGA top 10. Also, chill. I never saw Sabonis Sr. or Venus in his prime. Was he an athletic, taller version of Jokic, or
That's exactly who he was?
Better?
That's exactly who he was. Think all of these. When you guys get you younger guys, the interesting thing about basketball, and my grandmother told me this when I was a kid, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So the stuff that you're seeing now, because you're young, it doesn't really seem like this is something that's crazy. But like Wemby, for example, that's Ralph Sampson 40 years ago. I've seen this dude, only except he's got a better handle in a jump shot. The kid down in Miami, Bam Adebayo, that's Buck Williams with a little bit better offense. So when you get older and you see players come along, you're going to be like, that's only except he's got a better handle or he's a better athlete. This is going to happen soon as you get older. And when I watch Joker, that's Arvydas Sabonis with a better with as less of an athlete, because that's if Sabonis's feet wouldn't have gone out on him, we'd be talking about him like we talk about the all-time great five-man. 100% we were.
A lot of people never seen young Sabonis.
Right. I remember him. I saw him in the '88 Olympics dominate David Robinson, destroyed him.
Right. So last night, Showtime, we went over a few of the games. Was there any other games you wanted to get to before we pull anybody else up?
I saw some. Like I said, I saw some games last night. I saw Brooklyn. We talked about Phoenix. New Orleans and Houston was a good game last night. So I was surprised. I was actually surprised. New Orleans had that game under control. Fred VanVleet ended up making some big threes at the end that I thought were really impressive. Sagoon, I'd like to see him be more of a passer because they go to him a lot. And they go to him a lot. And when I say they go to him a lot, they go to him a lot in a one-on-one. And they don't really get a lot of action when they go to him, which would explain why he only had 2 assists last night. Because they don't really get a lot of action. They go to him in a one-on-one. If they went to him more and they got more action off of him, I think that they would benefit from that. And I think that's something that Coach Udoka is looking into, because players like Uncle Jeff, who still is, Uncle Jeff is necessary, if we're being honest. Uncle Jeff is necessary. Jalen Green was great. The kid, I can't say his name. Not Zion. I'm talking about from Houston. What is this kid's name that I'm thinking about? It's not Zion. What the hell is this
from
kid?
Houston?
Yeah, from Houston.
I'm not sure you're talking about.
I'm thinking about the kid's name. I want to say Eason. Is that his name?
You talking about Tari Eason?
That's what I'm talking about. Eason. Yes, him. He gives them big minutes coming off the bench, right?
Uh-huh.
He gives them big minutes coming off the bench, and he's a solid rotation guy that they've had. And I like what he brings. I like what he brings to their crew. I'm a big time Jabari Smith fan. Anybody who knows me, anybody who knows me knows how I feel about Jabari Smith. And I think this Houston team, I'm not one of these people that's like, yo, they're surprising a lot of people, because I didn't think that they were going to be terrible, but I also didn't think that they were going to be like a playoff team. I think that they morphing into a competitive team, and because they morphing into a competitive team, there's going to be some more pressure on them, right? Dylan Brooks has been really good for them as a defender, as a role player. He's been really good shooting the basketball, which is surprising, right? That's really surprising to me. He hasn't been the detriment, right? That's not been a detriment. So, and yeah, Huncho, I did call y'all trash because y'all won 22 games the year before, and you just less trash. I ain't saying that. I'm not lying when I say that you guys aren't bad. You're not great. But you're not great, but let's not talk about you dudes like you're a top 10 or a play-in team. The 5 teams that you beat so far, if I'm not mistaken, you beat Sacramento twice without their best player, right? You beat Sacramento twice without their best player. You beat this New Orleans team, and I think the other 2 games were against non-playoff teams. So this isn't something that I'm looking at going, yo, Houston is the real deal. So you stop lying. Don't talk to me like I'm just talking out of my I'm just running my mouth, because that's not true, sir. That is not true. So what?
Yeah, well, that is true. They did pop us twice without De'Aaron.
Right.
Did you see any of that game last night? Kings versus Thunder?
I did not watch the King versus the Thunder game. I did not. I'd be lying if I said I did. No, I didn't. No, I did not.
I told y'all before we got off the panel, DeMontis was coming with a triple-double, and he almost had that triple-double at halftime.
Right.
But, you know, that's expected against the young fella. Let me see. What do we got back here? Yeah. What up, Juan?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up?
Right.
Hey, so I just wanted to get back on that Clippers point real quick. OG, I do agree with you. I think Harden needs to come off the bench. I think the camaraderie Russ had built with that team, I think that's valuable, and it doesn't get talked about enough. But I do think he has to adjust his game. I was thinking like, more so like that game he had in the playoffs, game 1 against Phoenix. I think that's more so the role he's going to have to play, that Energizer Bunny defensively, crashing the boards, and just staying low turnovers, not really focusing on the scoring. But that's just something I feel like Russ going to have to do on his own. And then, bring Harden and Terrence Mann off the bench. And, you kind of find some offense that way. I think that's probably like the only best way I can see that really working out.
I just, again, I think that am I understanding you wanting Russ to go back to the bench?
No, I want Russ to start. But
right.
What I'm saying is, because that game 1, he wasn't really good scoring wise, but he did everything else good. He was playing defense good. He was crashing the boards good. He was getting everybody else involved.
Yeah,
I think that's more so the role Russ has to play. That's what I'm saying. But he still started.
Which is fair, and that's what he was doing when he was starting before James Harden showed up. With James Harden showing up, this team has not been very good. This team has been bad all the way around, particularly the starting 5. With Kawhi Leonard, with Paul George, with now James Harden, with Russ, and with Zubac. This team looks like the Keystone Cops, where they just tripping over themselves and they bumping into each other. They look bad, man. I don't know what and add that to the fact that James Harden seems to be the common denominator in all of this.
Yes,
he seems to be the common denominator in all of this. Last night, in the second quarter, that was the ball game. They got outscored by almost 30 in that second quarter. Luka got going, and they could not figure him out. None of these dudes accepted the assignment. Leonard's supposed to be the defender that they think he is, or at least still be a good defender, not just him. Paul George, we could have action where we jump him, double team him. They didn't do any of that. He just got going, and guys were almost like taking a turn. No, you take him. No, you take him. No, you take him, which would explain why Luka just looked at them like, yo, these dudes don't want nothing to do with me, and he just went after them. He went after them. So
I agree. And it also feels like a lot of these teams that trade for Harden, it's like they are expecting too much from him. Like I don't understand the things that these teams give up. These last 3 teams that gave up to get Harden, it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gonna be honest. The Nets trade didn't make sense. I think they went from a championship team to a Eastern Conference at best. The Philadelphia one didn't really make much sense to me. It just I don't really understand the plan.
Philly actually did make sense to me because I'm thinking about Joel Embiid running with a distributor like James Harden. It did make sense. What didn't make sense, well, I'm not going to say it didn't make sense. What was expected, and that actually happened, was the collapse of James Harden, which happens in the playoffs. So,
yeah.
That's
another thing. Last time I came on with you, OG, I was talking about my Celtics, and I mentioned to you 2 young guys, I was very high on, which was JD Davison and Jordan Walsh.
Yeah.
And you felt like, at the time, they weren't ready. Which I still kind of understand, but when we're having games when we're blowing teams out by 50, don't you think like that'd be like a
good
right
time to play them? Absolutely, a good time to play them.
I don't even see them dressing up most games. Like it's like kind of frustrating. I know
kind of also to that point. I mean, Brissett has gotten spotty minutes, and I feel like he should be playing more too.
He really proven himself in that Miami game that he deserved more minutes.
Yeah.
I like Sam. Sam is cool, but I'm a defensive guy. I always value the defense first. So I really think O'Shea should be getting some real valuable burn. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, facts, Juan. Real quick, Juan. Let me got a fella in the back that got something to say, Juan. Hold on 1 second, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Hey, Bob, I'm better than you at part cheesy, nigga.
Here we go.
I'm better than you.
Here we go.
Nigga. Hey, Bob, I'm better than you at everything. I'm better than you at getting ladies, man. I'm better than you at driving. I'm a better driver than you, Bob. Bob, I'm literally better than everything.
Even at the wheel ticket. So even at the wheel ticket.
anything that Bob think he can do. He got Nipsey Hussle post. I got a bigger one.
Opening up the refrigerator. Opening up the refrigerator.
You said you got a bigger nip poster?
Right.
Nip poster?
I got a bigger Nipsey Hussle poster, dog. Everything you do, I do better
you got a bowl.
dog.
You got a bowl in the refrigerator. Ticket got a bigger bowl in the refrigerator. Nah,
that's thanks, bro. You understand what I'm saying, dog? Bob got a little bit of orange juice. I got a whole lot, baby.
You got a whole.
You understand what I'm saying?
Bob, you got a gallon of orange juice. Ticket got a case in there.
Chill.
I don't even know how to play part cheese.
Get away with that lie, though. Chill. How did you let Bob sit up here and lie? Bob came on here yesterday when I asked him about the Sacramento Queens. He was like, "Nah, man, we can't win without De'Aaron. We can't win without him." Man, they went out there and was smoking them dudes without De'Aaron Fox, man. And you don't have no faith in your team, none. Now, chill, town, bro. Don't let up easy on these strippers, man.
I'm not,
bro. As much as these cats talk about LeBron James and AD and them, bro, the strippers are atrocious, bro. Bro, Luka what Luka did to them dudes last night, bro. Chill, town. And J Kid didn't even really let him. He didn't all the way let him off the leash. He only let him off the leash a little bit, and he smoked them dudes.
Did he even play 35 minutes last night? I don't even think he played 35 minutes last night.
Easiest 40 I ever seen. I'm gonna tell you something, Chill. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting, man. The Clippers, bro. They need to go ahead and they need to just move out of the crypto, bro. And they need to get their own arena now. They don't even need to wait till next season. They do it now, bro. Because as bad as that team is, bro, there is no hope for them. I don't care what you do. You've deactivated Terrence Mann. Bro, they did Terrence Mann so bad. They told him every time Terrence Mann think he's going to get an opportunity, they do some dumb stuff over there with that team. Like, they promise him you're going to get minutes, you're going to get burned, you get ready to start, then you trade for James Harden. Now he's out of the plans. You've ruined him. Bones Howland was a sixth man. We thought Bones Howland was balling and coming into his own. What do? You eliminate him because you're playing James Harden mostly with the second unit when he gets his minutes. So now James Harden is eating up Bones Howland's possession with the ball because you know Bones Howland like to have a ball in his hands with that second unit. You also gave up your depth and guys that are balling with Philly. Philly got better since he left. The Houston Rockets are on their feet. They have a better record than those guys right now. And James Harden ain't over there. Bro, it is a complete mess.
They just looked last night, Ticket, and I just said it, Ticket. They look like last night where if you ever been on the court with somebody who once they get cooking, everybody's going, you take them. No, you take them. Like nobody wanted nothing to do with Luka last night. Whether it was Leonard, none of them wanted nothing to do with him.
You going easy. You're going easy on them. They're supposed to be the best wing defenders in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Paul George.
I think a lot of that. I think a lot of that is reputation now, Ticket. I don't think that we really looking at Leonard like that no more. I don't think we're looking at Paul George like that anymore. I think a lot of that is reputation now more than it is these dudes still lockdown defenders. Because I watched Malik Monk come off the bench last year and put 42 on them dudes.
Come on.
So no.
Meanwhile, chill town. Meanwhile, before I go, yo boy, man, chill town. LeBron
Ticket, this ain't sustainable, Ticket.
LeBron James is bad. Chill town. I ain't gonna.
This ain't sustainable, Ticket.
I'm not gonna say that.
I know what you're thinking.
Always chill. The dude's special, bro. You might not like LeBron, like I don't like him personally, bro. But if you just enjoy basketball, y'all, and this ain't even me trolling with Bob or trolling or talking smack with Chilltown, bro. If y'all respect basketball, bro, that was a work of art we saw last night, bro. From LeBron James, man. I mean, for Mars was in here running his mouth. Yeah, you're talking about not doing what LeBron shouldn't have done, which is go to Cam Reddish. It felt like LeBron in the postgame was talking to dudes like Mars when he says guys who know absolutely nothing about basketball, telling me not to pass the ball to Cam Reddish. I'm going to believe in my teammate, and I'm going to give him the ball again. He was talking to Mars, bro. He had to have been talking to Mars. Because Chilltown, he goes, Cam Reddish missed that first three. Ron comes right back to the next possession. Nope. Right back to you, dog. And he knocks down the next one. You know how much that does for a player like that, bro? And then did it 2 more trips later. Went to him again. Come on, bro.
Went to him again.
Do you know what that does for a player like that, bro, who was struggling, who everybody was saying he's off? And then Darvin, we're giving him credit. He doubled down on starting this dude. Takes Austin Reeves out of the starting lineup. Starts him, even though you had old boy with the dreads in there too back. He still started Cam Reddish. Starts Cam Reddish. Lets him, and he plays well. Christian Woods all over the boards doing it. A lot of people didn't think
that's the dude.
Eating glass, helping out defensively.
Me and you, Ticket, we was arguing about Christian Woods. The dude last night, that's the dude you was selling me. That dude last night, that's the dude you've been selling me. That's the dude you've been selling me.
Ain't about Chilltown. Chill. And normally when he don't score, he don't care about nothing. Bro, he is giving it up for the team, bro. Hey, Chilltown,
No, I saw him last night ticket. I saw him last night ticket, and I immediately thought about you, and I'm like, this the dude
Yes.
that been selling me. That dude right there.
Yes. And chill. Oh, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, bro. Bob, bro, KD played great last night, and it still wasn't enough for the Phoenix Suns to get away. And I'm gonna tell you something. Bradley Beal need to calm his ass. Me and Chill was talking about this last night. Why are you doing the shake at the halftime when the game ain't over, bro? Don't you know you don't do that? I
think he was just happy to be out there. That's all. I think he was just happy to be playing basketball.
He got that ass. LeBron punched his shit in the face in the third quarter. Bro, the dude, bro, come on, man. We just gotta be realistic, bro. We gotta be realistic.
I'm gonna leave you to it, Ticket. I'll see you later, homeboy. We know where to find you.
Yeah, Ticket. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you in a few hours. You better be ready.
Oh yeah. I got something for you. Don't worry about
that.
Yes,
sir. All right, Ticket out.
Yo, chill town. I'm gonna smoke your boy.
All right, we gonna see.
Boy, he got a fight coming.
He got that work coming.
He got a fight coming. You better be ready. Talking about he better be a Parcheesi. I don't even know how to play Parcheesi.
Who else we got?
Thanks for the super chat, Calvin. Ox
Calvin,
chilling, taking up real ones. Appreciate you.
Sir.
Let me see. Let me grab just two up here real quick. Real talk.
What's up, Ox? What's up, Chill?
What up?
Hold on, let me hold on. Real talk. Let me bring Dev up too.
What up?
In D2. We don't got much time, fellas. So if y'all got something to say, let's get it on.
What up, fellas?
What's up, Dev? Hey,
wow.
Ox and Chill. I told y'all about Jrue Holiday and how they plan on having him guard Giannis. Y'all saw they had him on Joel Embiid the other night.
I think that was trolling.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think they was doing that to be funny. There's no way that could really be part of the plan, yo. Because are they really looking at them going, yo? It worked with Marcus Smart. We could do it with him too. There's no way Nick Nurse is. There's no way Nick Nurse looking at this going, y'all really serious? No way. No way, man, y'all really serious.
I'm telling y'all, they plan on putting that man on Giannis in the playoffs.
Oh my God.
Maybe not for the whole game, but he gonna pick him up for stretches of a game. Bro. They gonna live with they gonna put him on him. But let me see. Oh, Tatum, Chia, our boy been back on that 3-ball shoot, man.
I ain't even on. I'm not on the long ball. Let me tell you what I saw yesterday. I saw a dude get involved in other ways. That's what I saw yesterday. I saw a dude yesterday who got involved, getting on the backboard, distributing. I saw a dude playing defense yesterday, and then I'll get my offense going. He is back on that 3-ball, but I also saw him on the box too yesterday. I did see him once he got on the block, and he got on the block, and he got going in the second quarter, and he got back in the third quarter. Shooting the long ball again, but he was also defending and getting on the backboard. And then he got back in the fourth quarter to scoring like he does. So there is a bit of an inconsistency there, but I saw the other stuff. Yeah. And that's what's going to be the difference in them winning.
Yo, Chilltown, I know you don't like watching my Hawks that much. I understand your reasoning. I understand you don't like Trae Young. But only guy I want to say is, like, I want you to watch Jalen Johnson. I feel like he's a guy that you would like to watch. He's a dirty work guy.
I ain't gonna lie about that. I do like him. Yes.
Because here's the thing. I understand why you don't like watch my Hawks. It's my team. It's my city. So I gotta represent them. But I just want to say, lock into Jalen Johnson. I think he has a lot of high potential. I love the energy he brings and all this stuff. I wanted to talk about how do you think. I know it's been like 7 games, but how do you feel about Ime Udoka? I feel like Ime Udoka has been doing a good job in Houston so far. The defense they played, and like that game they won last year, that's the game they would have lost last season.
In fact, all of the games that you've seen, like the 2 games that they played against Houston, they against Sacramento, they would have lost both of those games, both of them, because of how they played in the fourth quarter, how much smarter they are. The fact that the one thing that Udoka gives them more than what not Bickerstaff, but Silas didn't give them is discipline. He holds them accountable. If you miss assignments, you're going to hear about it. Take open shots, take good shots, defend, rebound. If you got it going, go back to him. So Udoka he's a player's coach, but he's gonna play you, but he's gonna hold you accountable for the way you play. If a guy like Van Fleet knocks down a 3, shoot it again. Mm-hmm. But if you shoot 2 in a row or 3 in a row and you missing it, yo, get off that and let's get something else going. Yeah. That's who he is, as opposed to just sticking with something and it's not working. That's what Silas would do. That's where the discipline comes in.
Yeah, he did it with Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith was having an off game. He took him out. He ran Jeff Green more, Tari Eason more for defense, and he's still going to play Jabari Smith because he's their the future. But for that game, he said, "Hey, I need someone else to win the game," and I respect it.
Thanks, take a big up, take up. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm big. I'm not surprised with what Udoka's doing, Coach Udoka is doing with this young crew, because this is exactly what they needed. It was exactly what he was doing in Boston. The discipline part is, I don't think the X's and O's is difficult because we're pros. I think it's the other stuff. Getting guys to play hard, getting guys to buy into the system. When you got young guys like that, like what they got in Houston, when you got young guys like that, it's not that hard to get them to buy into the system when you honing in on minutes. Like, I need you to do this, and if you don't do this, you're not going to be on the floor. When you get guys to do that, so when you get that kind of attitude, it's not hard to get guys to buy into what you're doing. It's not at all.
No, you're right.
Bro,
I'm on that. Go ahead.
No,
let me get this off real quick.
As far as the Rockets, I'm just disappointed that Cam Whitmore couldn't find a spot on the rotation and now in the G League, because I was looking forward to watching Cam Whitmore with this crew. But
it's early though. It's early. We only 7-8 games into the season, and what they not doing is they not trying to let him rot on the bench. We need to keep this dude fresh. We need to keep this dude fresh and keep this dude and keep this dude getting reps, because if he just sits over there, what's going to end up happening is he's going to lose confidence. We don't want that. So send him. And by the way, for those of y'all that don't know, the G League is not it's not a demotion. They do the same thing in baseball, where a guy is coming off the 15-day disabled list. A guy has been injured for a month. They send him to AA. They send him to AAA to get his mind right, to get his swing right. They're doing the same thing. And I don't understand why they don't do it more in pro basketball. I don't.
Facts.
So,
bro, I gotta get bro. This Clippers,
go ahead, D. Get it off real quick. We gotta wrap it up after this, D.
All right, let me get this off real quick. So
yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, fam.
I'm with Ticket. I'm with Chill, bro. Like, Harden got to come off the bench. I mean, he can't play defense.
No, don't say he can't. D. Don't say he can't. D. He won't. He won't.
He won't. But then people only talk about focusing on the starting five. I'm looking at Terrence Mann. I'm looking at Highland. I'm looking at Powell. He's taking minutes away from all these guys with the way he plays, and the whole team has went left. Like, I've never seen it. Like, Harden is the issue. That trade made no sense. No sense at all. They were doing well before he got there. All of a sudden, I know it's going to be growing pains, but at the same time, what are you going to do with how you got too many guards? You got Kawhi, George, Norman Powell, Bones Highland, Terrence Mann, Russell Westbrook. All these dudes, such as Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, they was coming up. They were getting better. And Powell was doing it. He always been good. So now they're going to have to take a back seat to Harden.
No, hold on.
The whole chemistry is done.
Hold on. I do disagree with one thing or a few things. I don't think the trades didn't make sense. I think it would have made sense had Harden. No, just hear me out. It might sound weird, but just hear me out. I think the trades would have made sense had Harden come in with the mindset of, I need to be part of the system, because he's still in the, all right, I'm the Rocket Harden, I'm the ISO guy, I am the team.
I'm him.
If you look at it, like, I think if you look at how Philly's doing now, they don't, obviously we know who the system guy is, but Joel plays and the team plays to where everyone is still a part of a system. Everyone still goes off one another. Harden wants to still be the guy to where everything goes off me, but
that's amazing.
That is where the downfall will come, because I don't think making Russ Westbrook come off the bench again after what he endured in LA would just be dumb. I think that it's just
plus
more
how he's been playing. Makes no sense.
I'm just saying though, even lack of whatever he lacked, I just think it comes to Harden needs to he needs to grow. Like, he needs to have this Carmelo moment where, when Carmelo heard from the people, it's like, you're going to come off the bench. He kind of took it as me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's like, I'm Harden. I'm Carmelo. Like, you're not going to do this to me. I'm the guy. But Harden,
he needs a Russell moment. A Russell Westbrook moment.
I think Terrence Mann, I think all these dudes can still have their growth, but it's up to Harden to where can he tell himself and tell the team, yo?
Well, he's still an awesome player though. I mean, it ain't like
No,
James
I
Harden.
don't.
He
I'm
led
not
the
saying
league in
he's not an
assists
awesome
last year. He was a
player.
20 and 10 guy, but on this unit,
Yeah,
that's not what it's going to be.
No, I'm saying
No,
that's what I'm
not
saying.
what it's gonna be.
But fellas, Big Herb, I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, no,
I know I
you
got you up
good.
a little late. I got you a little late, fam.
Nah,
But
you
once
good,
again,
man. I
man,
appreciate you getting me here anyway. You good. All
yeah,
love.
for
So
sure,
you doing
for
you
sure.
doing
They do.
you doing graveyard shift tonight?
I might, man. I'm feeling a little under the weather, man. I might lay it down after the face off, but I'm gonna definitely try to, bro. Key, make sure you turn your notifications on, fam. But appreciate everybody for pulling up. We got to keep it moving, you know. And we start getting those text messages around this time, man. So we got to keep it moving, y'all.
The suits hitting us. They telling us we got to wrap it up.
Appreciate all of y'all. Appreciate all of y'all.
Yes, sir.
Suits is hitting us, telling us we got to wrap it up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know how the suits get.
Man,
get on our case. They get on our case.
We got these couple ass super chats. We just had the one from Big Ticket. That one just disappeared. Appreciate you, Ticket. Y'all definitely support the show. Man, y'all show Chilltown some love on his channel, man. Y'all go check him out. Great content. Appreciate that super chat Ticket. From Rollo 555. Better filmography, Schwarzenegger or Stallone?
I was out after Rocky 3. I mean, after Rocky 4, I was out. Like Rocky 5 and, Rocky Balboa. The Creeds is dope, though. Creed 1, Creed 2, Creed 3. I think that's dope. Schwarzenegger, I would have to go with Stallone. Because I think there's more. I think there's a little bit more range there. Stallone isn't just an action hero. There's a lot of drama with him, too. So I think there's a little bit more range there with Stallone. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Last one is Mr. GQ to you. He said, "You keep this up, Bob, and I might even grow my hair out and show you how to shake them dreads better than you two." Crazy. Man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Good super chat. Well, it's been a great show, y'all. Once again, love these Saturdays. We'll get back on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see y'all there. See y'all later on at the face off.
Yes, sir.
Chilltown, what is it? Is you and Fluent versus Mars and Low?
And Low, yep. Just in a face off. Well, we ain't really getting into it. We just a little face off, and talk a little bit of trash to each other. That's all it is. Yeah.
Y'all make sure y'all don't miss that, man. And make sure y'all set a little time aside the Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? And come check out these battles. Are going to be great, just like last year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Chilltown.
Put on a suit. Drink some water. Don't drink and drive. Call your mother, yo. Until then, take it light, but take it.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.